Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Thursday night live stream. Hello, Crispin. So you're already in the chat.
He's in early doors.
He is.
In early doors.
Now, I know we've got no Tim tonight.
Yeah, because he's on holiday, isn't he?
Sadly, yeah, Tim is away on holes.
Speaking of which, did you see his picture of them squats now he's finished?
Yes, I did.
My God.
They're really, really good. He's done a banging. To be fair, he's a bit of a dark horse. I didn't realise he was that good a painter. He's bloody excellent. So yeah. Come in, do what we're going to be doing tonight. Obviously, we'll first of all have a chat about what's on our hobby desks and what we're going to be amusing ourselves with over the next couple of hours.
We also have a public service announcement.
We do. David does specifically, because obviously he's a good community advocate, and where there's useful information to be shared, David is your man.
Definitely. This is one you want to hold on to your hats for.
Well, hold on to everything in general, really, but yeah, your hats. Yeah, your hats was a good start.
Well, I didn't want to give the game away too early on.
Mate, I still don't think they'll see it coming. Jesus. So yeah, we've got that. What else are we doing? We'll have a chat about what we did on club, as we always do. Keep you in the loop with our hobby activities, and hopefully you guys will be inspired, or you can share your hobby, what you've been doing this week in the chat, Crispin, and what you're going to be. Oh, you're normally at work, so I'm guessing you're not going to be working on much when you're with us, but that's fine. And then we might have a brief chat about some very cool terrain that David's picked up on. Where did you see it?
Spotted it on the old Instagram today.
It was on Insta, was it? Okay, yeah. So we've got a couple of websites to go through. So Crispin's got his printers there at work. That's handy, mate. So you're able to run them off.
That is a man that I need to talk to, because I would love to take my printer to work, because it means I'd get through my commissions and get paid for it 10 times quicker.
But your boss might have something to say, do you think? Maybe.
Nah.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So he's been working on a new ship, one of your massive, big as a desk projects, Crispin, or something a bit more copeable.
If it's...
Oh my Christ, did you see the chat? It's going to be over 6 foot long.
Fucking Jesus.
Hell, man.
He has more fucking patience than I do.
Yeah, I tell you what, you certainly don't struggle with the tackling big projects motivation, do you? Jesus, I don't know where you find the energy. I hate painting big models, let alone doing something 6 foot long. Well, yeah. I fucking hate painting terrain because it takes forever. Let alone something 6 foot long. Jesus.
But it's in a kind of similar vein when it's that fucking size.
Jesus Christ. Right. Okay. So, what are you painting tonight, David?
What am I painting tonight? If you go down to the minicam,
there's me. Look.
Go down to the Go to the minicam, my boy.
So we want David's minicam, not Paul's. I haven't got a feed from your Video Ninja, mate.
It's on its usual one.
Yeah, although I did have it earlier, I don't have it now.
Fucking piss poor planning, mate.
Hang on.
I am painting Infinity.
Okay, still using the same code as normal.
Yep.
The
usual code.
I don't know what to say.
Well, I'm on. I'm live.
Let me just. I'm going to run a little experiment. Let's corrupt the URL.
And then go back to it.
And then restore it and see if that links.
going to be good for the new kill team, 2 foot wide by 6 foot long. I mean, yeah, that is a valid painting project to have there. The new
it's dead.
Hang on then,
Okay.
let me reload the web page.
Yeah,
let me show my camera.
Try refreshing it.
Facing back. That fucker. Turn off the audio so that we don't get double stacking. Hit start on that. Try that one!
Yes, you're on. I shall now Well, do you want me to give you a chance to tripod it?
Transition away. It's
there
already in a tripod.
We're live. We're live in David's table.
Live on the internet. So, we are painting Infinity Fusiliers at the moment. We put in the coats down. The coat colours down.
Well, there's going to be a theme tonight then.
Do a bit extra detail on. Once that's done, it's going to be going in, picking out the details like on the legs, get the trouser base coat down, the gun, the snow goggles, and okay. So that's what I'm up to.
Cool.
With my size 0 Rosemary and Co stable.
You still getting on okay with that Rosemary and Co?
Match.
Because it's done a few hours for you, hasn't it? You said it'd become your workhorse brush.
Yes, the two I love. Definitely prefer.
Okay. Oh no, I'm stand corrected. It was your Raphael.
Yeah,
that
because
was your workhorse brush, correct?
My Raphael size 1. This is size 1 for reference.
Your Rosemary or your Raphael?
Raphael.
Okay. Yep.
This is a size 2 Rosemary and Co.
Yeah.
On the left. And the size 1 Raphael is still fucking bigger.
Yeah. It's a well-known thing that with different brush manufacturers, the sizing doesn't,
make much of a difference.
It doesn't cross over like you'd think it would.
Again, size 1 Rosemary, size 1 Raphael. Rosemary.
I'm not actually looking at the screen. Yeah, you're coming through fine, mate. You're coming through fine. So everything is clear. I'm off pootling in my menus, getting some pictures ready for later.
Where should we start? Should we start with what you did?
Well, let me show everybody what I'm going to try and be painting. I'm not necessarily expecting to get much done tonight because we are badly prepared for this live stream. I haven't.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Yeah, it's funny actually. For the long few months we've been doing this, David is generally the one who's late to the party because he's got so many other commitments in his life. He's always struggling to find time to sit down and get prepped. I'm having an absolute nightmare at work at the minute, and it's me who's done bugger all today. And I'm not prepared at all. So...
To be fair though, Crispin, that new kill team does look fucking amazing with them crew in Imperial Navy. It's even tempted me into buying a kill team.
Right. I now have some pictures to show everybody. That one's not so good, but
am I gonna be triggered by your Yojimbo?
You might be, because you are easily triggered, to be fair. I just want to do this with that picture, and that picture.
Make sure you get them in the right order.
Well, I don't know if I can't necessarily do that. Let's go to Paul's webcam and show everybody what's on my desk, because we have a bit of a theme. David's doing Infinity, and I'm doing Infinity. Now, a cynic...
Yeah, well, there's a race afoot, isn't there?
I was going to say, a cynic might say, Yes, Paul, but you're only doing that because David just called you out and said that he was going to get an army fully painted before you. To which I say, well spotted. Yeah, that is definitely a thing. Because I'm not one
You
to be.
introduced me to the game.
I'm not one to be on the back foot. And if there's one aspect of my personality is that if the pressure from peers will turn me into a massive try-hard with no effort. So here's what's on my desk. So we've got Yojimbo on his bike. We're going to call him finished. Basically, I've painted this guy twice. This is all metal for people who don't know Infinity models. And I painted him up and then dropped him. And he smashed into every component piece. Literally,
you had an incident.
And to be fair, I dropped him on carpet out of my miniatures cabinet, and he still broke everything. Hand broke off, handlebars broke off the bike, panniers broke off the bike. Literally everything that could fall apart came apart.
Handlebar in the end.
Yes, I did. It was wrapped in a piece of tissue somewhere safe.
Fucking hell.
So, painted this, a year ago? Kept no records, no fucking idea what paints I used. So I half painted the on foot version, and then I had to finish him, just adjust the camera because he's on a painting handle. And then I had to basically wing it and try and get a match. Now, this guy is 90% finished now. It's a really quick and dirty paint job. We've done. I was going to say
you call them Infinity models. They're nowhere near bright and poppy.
Yeah, I'm not doing the fucking specular highlights. Oh, it's Crispin's Instagram account, Ludan23. Right, okay, mate. I shall have a look for it later when I'm reviewing the video for the chaptering. So he's 90% finished. We're going to grade the base, dry brush all this sand texture. The only thing I do need to do, he's got a little panel built into this wrist thing, which is like I'm painting it up as a glowing screen. Oh, he's already friended us. We're wicked.
Did you do me as well, Crispin?
Well, you can find him as Ludan23, and you can be the active one. And to be honest, I'm pretty pleased with the colour match, considering I was going blind and from memory. And basically, I knew that they were Vallejo model colour, and that was pretty much all I knew. I don't think I've got a bad match visually. The blue's a little off. It's a little paler on the guy on foot, but I'm sort of happy with that. It'll do. They're never on the table at the same time, because obviously you take the bike off to put the guy on foot on. See, look, nearly broke him again. And then we have this little lot. So Yojimbo's nearly there. These are what's left of my JSA. Now, in fairness,
Crispin.
I don't need to paint everything here to get a 300-point list. This is my third HVT, slightly converted because I didn't like that stupid manga cat that she was holding. So I've put her like an arm, standard hand on there, which was epic, sort of like heroic scale. So I had to file it down so the fingers didn't look like sausages. Even now it's still a little bit bigger, but I'm going to paint it up as if it's like some sort of prosthetic bionic enhancement, because I think that'll work for Infinity. This guy needs to be painted for my core list. This is Oyama, one of the samurai guys, but a named model. And then we've got 2 more Kaizotsu I've got to paint because I run a 5-man core team. And
Because you're an animal.
I think that is... Oh, and I think that is... Oh, and these, which are Yojimbos, I think they're called Fast Pandas. And effectively, they are running landmines. They run out from his bike and just blow up in your face. And they're like a defense mechanism for him. So these three models and the 2 Fast Pandas need to be painted for my core 300 list. And the HVT is obviously always nice to have more of those, because some of the missions now require 3. And then we've just got some odd models that I've just got in products I've picked up that I'm not really planning on using in any list at the minute. But I figured I may as well just do it all. So we've got a medic and an engineer with their accompanying, I think these are called Yao Zhao, supporting bots. We've got the sort of named scout. I can't remember what that's called. It's got a weird name. We've got a replacement Kempertai with boarding shotgun, and we've got a second Aniwaban, and we've got yet another Kaizotsu if I need any more line troopers. But I guess you can never have too much of a good thing. So
those order generators, boy.
Yeah. So as I say, my intention is to paint all of it, even though I only need to paint this, because frankly, all of these models are going to be in the Oniwa band's 90% black. The Kempertai and the Doctor and the Medic are basically variations on the scheme I've already done, orange and grey, with just detailing to separate them visually from the other models. The bots, I'm going to do a ridiculously simple grey and orange scheme across the army. So I figure the only ones who've got vaguely weird paint schemes are all the named models. This one, whose name I will look up for you in a minute, Oyama and Yojimbo, who we've already seen, who's in the blue. So that's it. That's my hobby desk for tonight, and we'll see how I get on. If nothing else, I hope to get Yojimbo based, because I should be able to slap some grey paint down without concentrating too much. We all want to paint all the things, Crispin, we do. So, I mean, mate, you say that you're lazy about it. Looking at the scale of the projects you've tackled, I wouldn't exactly call you lazy. I mean, Jesus. They are some big projects.
I know people that do less and claim to have done more.
Definitely. Fucking definitely. I mean, if I'm painting the 200 minis in my Assassin's Creed board game, it's probably only the same surface area as one of your bloody great big 4-foot long models. So, I wouldn't run myself down too much. But again, I suppose that highlights the nature of the beast. As hobbyists, we're always hardest on ourselves, aren't we? Oh, I don't get enough done.
I just say fuck it, because I have a standard I paint to, and so long as I'm happy with what I've painted, I don't care. I don't bow to no pressure, man nor beast.
So when you say you need to improve, Crispin, what do you mean? You need to improve in the quality or the quantity, or what? What do you mean? Where's your improvement desired? Let's lose the keyboard because we won't need that for a little bit.
So
both. Okay, that's fair, mate. I mean, again, as I said but a minute ago, we're always our own harshest critics, aren't we?
Well, again, I know, for example, with myself, I'm not the fastest painter. I've shown you stuff when I'm like, I want to rework it, and then go and rework it, and you're like, why the fuck did you do that? And I'm like, well, because I wasn't fucking happy with it.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I've over the years adopted several philosophical
goals.
Well, philosophical givens with painting. So, for example, one of my one of my never do's is repaint. I never repaint things. Yeah, Crispin's saying the same thing. One of his true weaknesses when he paints something, dislikes it and strips and start over. I never do it, Crispin. Never do it. If I need to rescue a project, I'll always move forward with it. I never go back. I'll always rescue in a forward direction. And I'll be honest, even with stuff that I buy secondhand or get off the internet or whatever, I just paint over. Yeah. To be honest, it's with me. It's like a rule. I don't do it, and it makes it easier for my brain because as soon as those thoughts start, I just go, well, it's a rule. I don't do it, and I just cut it dead. Do you know what I mean? I don't even entertain it or turn the idea over. It's just, well, that's something I don't do.
Well, again, it's like I challenged you the other month, way outside your comfort zone, because I'm doing a orc army that's got metallics on it, like basically contrast over a dry brush, based on a video I saw from Artist Opus for a metallic red doing a similar style. And I challenged Paul to it, and Paul tried it, and Paul was like, "I fucking hate it." But I've gone outside of my comfort zone, and that's what me and Paul are quite good at, challenging one another with.
Yeah, I mean, I was glad I tried it, because it was as much work as I feared it would be.
No, it wasn't. Again, I told you how fucking easy it was. Like,
and I wasn't overly enamoured with the end of result, but it certainly was different. I can't.
Yeah, well, you're in there, done that, got the t-shirt now.
Yep, I can sort of like move away. So, Club, what did you do this week, mate?
No, you're starting,
Oh,
because
okay.
when I start, we're going down the meme rabbit hole.
Public service announcement. It's not. Look, you're doing everybody a favour, mate.
Anyway, get on with what you did.
Well, the first thing that I did was put way too much paint inside this well, and now I've just covered up the grey that is the
You're not using
shading, and that is a nightmare.
The cardinal sin has appeared.
The well on the mod. Okay. Let that dry, Paul. Stop fiddling. We'll have to cover at some point our sort of painting philosophies if we've got them. Actually, it's a good little thing to go through. Our do's and our don'ts, what we've learned. Saying if you keep doing that, you never get it. So, yeah. Is that because you're frightened to... I'm going to quote, air quotes this, because I personally don't believe any such thing. But do you not start minis that you like because you're scared you will fuck it up or ruin it? Is that a thing, Crispin?
That's better.
Yeah. Mate, there's no such thing. Paint never ruined a model yet. And the reason for that is it can always be taken off or fixed. So, you know, it's a state of mind, it's not a fact. Is all I'll say on that matter. What did I do at club this week? Well,
whoa, you didn't have club, did you?
Unfortunately, my gaming club has been cancelled for the entirety of August because the chap who runs it, I think, is having nightmares with work. So basically, he's having to work, so he can't be there to unlock, book the venue, sort everything out. And he's a bit of a one-man band because obviously there's only a handful of us here on the island of Bute. So that was cancelled.
You're a rare breed.
So we had to make a bit of an improvisational plan. And I wrote my good friend, ask away, Crispin, I'll address it when I'm finished. I asked my good friend Daniel, who'd been who's played board games. We've played all sorts of Weird and Wonder things, Firefly and various other games. He's been in my Arkham group, and I said, like, do you want to get together and just do something? I thought we might do. He's a massive Star Wars fan, so I wondered if he might be interested in trying X-Wing, getting him lured into that.
You bastard!
And so
Sorry, boys and girls.
I offered him X-Wing, and I offered him what else did I offer him? Arkham, or I said we could play Everdell or a board game, and he just wanted to do more Arkham. Because
I mean, who can blame the man?
He's absolutely hooked. So I threw together 2 decks quick, and we played through the Curse of the Rougarou standalone scenario, which is for those of you who don't know, Arkham Horror Living card game, which is what I'm talking about. The Arkham Horror Living card game, the core game experience is playing a series of linked scenarios with a story that follows through generally around 8 episodes. Okay, so it's 8 play sessions. Hi, Hugh. Hello, Ricky.
Evening, Hugh. Evening, Ricky.
So we, but Arkham also, or Fantasy Flight also released for Arkham standalone or one-off scenarios that are little self-contained gaming experiences. And in the meta of the card game, you've got 2 options. You can either play them as discrete, standalone, one-off experiences, or you can drop them into an 8-episode campaign by paying some of your experience you've earned to have a little side quest.
A side hustle.
Yeah. And obviously, we because we've just finished a long campaign, I said, let's just do this one-off. And to cut a very long story short, we got our arses kicked.
Welcome to Arkham!
Essentially, we had to chase a werewolf round the sort of swamps of Louisiana, and it essentially ended up with us running around for 3 hours trying to catch the thing, failing miserably, and
not being brutally murdered.
The woman who was giving us all the clues and tips on where to get the werewolf got eaten at the end. So that was
Whoopsie.
Not... It didn't go well, but it's Arkham, and that's what happens sometimes. So that's what I did on Tuesday. Again,
Crispin, we have haul costs over here, so I can't remember what ours is off the top of our head. I know we've had a price increase for the first time in like 3 or 4 years with the place that we rent down in Lincolnshire. So we've we've had to put membership up, but all we typically ask is like we used to have members pay £3 an evening, non-members pay £4. That's it, and that would cover you for 4 hours of club. So,
and again, the thing to bear in mind, Crispin, because obviously gaming clubs vary greatly. Our club's pretty good in terms of its assets, isn't it, David? We've got a hell of a lot of terrain. We've got a ton
we've got like 8 4-foot tables worth of terrain, probably.
You've got, 20 plus 4x4 gaming mats?
Yeah.
You've got models to play Malifaux, Bolt Action, 40k.
8 or 9 different starter sets.
For iOS, Ricky donated. So, I mean, you've got all sorts of options. People can turn up, pay their money with nothing, and there's terrain and models for them to go. The only thing they will need is help with rules.
Again, Crispin, for example, with our price increase, we're now up to £5 a night for members. Membership for the year is £18, and that gives you £1 off a night. So it's worth every penny if you come more than once a month kind of thing.
Yeah. If you come in every week, it very quickly pays for itself, doesn't it? and it's nice because it gives the club. It's that lump sum that gives the club the ability to spend a couple of £100 on terrain, or do you know what I mean, in one hit.
Yeah.
When it needs to. Having said
So,
that, you've got such a lot of stuff. You haven't bought anything for ages, have you?
no, we haven't. We didn't do anything this year, buying wise. I'm not going to start with a public service announcement. I'm going to start with what I did at club. So this week's at club was paint and comp for those that entered. It was last stand. We had 2 entries that were basically diorama themes, which were really nice. Ricky took some pictures of them for people and put them up in our club Discord. And my theme is every paint and comp evening on that particular Monday, I will bring a board game, whether it be League of Infamy, Everdell, Arkham Horror, whatever it happens to be, I will bring it and we will play it. So this month was Arkham Horror. I played the scenario with Cthulhu and we got absolutely hammered. All 5 of us.
Well, I'm spotting a bit of a theme here, mate. Play Arkham Horror games if you want the most negative player experience possible.
It was brilliant, though. I mean, I was running around like a blue-ass fly as Calvin, who I always play as, trying to heal people and close gates, or collect get the clues and get rid of Doom. We had Dexter Drake, the magician, who basically holed himself up in the university for most of the game. Ricky was the Agnes, the waitress.
Yep.
He spent about half his time in the university, and then the other half of his time running around, fucking doing shit. Dan played the mobster guy, went insane, so then rolled up Tommy Muldoon. And Luke was playing as the astronomer. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. And Luke, me and Dan were running around like blue-ass flies trying to get everything and sort shit out. Wayne and Ricky were keeping the university clear, which is like, okay, guys, thanks. We're getting murdered over here because there's fucking creatures coming out of our asshole. And then basically we ended up having a suicide pact towards the end of we're not winning this. So Tommy Muldoon threw himself at Ryla's Guardian as Cthulhu was rising out of the water. I ran across again, got absolutely brutally murdered by fucking Ryla's Guardian. The astronomer bounced across to the university just in time to see Dexter Drake being devoured by a monster that had burst in through the door. And the baker just threw herself under the bus. So the only person to survive the entire thing was the astronomer until the world ended. So all of about 30 seconds longer than everybody else survived. Arkham, you gotta love it. Absolutely awesome game. And to be fair, I was a bit concerned of going from solo and 2 players modes to 5-player mode of, oh god, this is going to take like all evening and we're never going to get anything done. Turns out that's not the case. So we still got it. We got the entire scenario in club time, which I was amazed by. But that might have had something to do with the fact that we got absolutely devoured. And to be fair,
you probably
getting
did
devoured,
accelerate the ending there, didn't you?
Getting devoured made my night better after the intro that I had to club. So Paula's been nagging me to take my Carnival minis and my Halfling Blood Bowl team to club for Ricky to photograph so that we can have some of my content in the start stream reel for the stream, because they're painted quite well. So I took them to club in a Chinese container, balanced them on top of my Arkham box, as I was walking along the pavement on the way to club. Bear in mind, the car is parked all of about 25 metres from the door, for starters. And I had made it 24 of the 25 metres to the door. Ricky said, no. I turned to see what the fuck's going on as this box of minis decides to take a tumble. So if you would like to go down to Minicamp, Paul.
Yep, I will do. I'm just trying to work out. I need to hide that, do that.
The moral of this story, everyone, is whilst Chinese containers are a good method of transporting minis, they do require bubble wrap and a lid.
A lid's always, do you know what? As a minimal step, putting a lid on the container so that the models actually stay in it, not bad planning, really.
So, out of like my Halfling Blood Bowl team and my Carnivale minis, the majority of things ended up like this. Completely severed from their base, broken at the ankles, and requiring some love and attention to get them back together. Now, out of the entire team of 16, I've lost one. And the reason I've lost one is because I've lost his ankle. It's completely and utterly shattered and gone and lost to the fucking ether of time.
Okay.
So, he's dead and never coming back. Most of the other ones, like this guy, he broke through here. Like the bird broke off. But he's glued back together pretty fine. Paul.
Shut up.
My favourite mini, Paul.
Cheeky fuck.
Broke off at the base and the ankle. Is glued back on and is, like, again, you can only just about see it there. Like that little line there is broken. So I managed to rescue most of my 3D printed minis.
I think,
there's a couple.
To be fair,
there's a couple that have got a bit of damage.
The picture of them in bits
here and there.
I thought it'd be worse. Bad. I think you did well.
The only thing I am a little bit pissed about, TT Combat and their resin, because it didn't seem to hold the primer, and it's blown off. All his leg wrapping paint has blown off. His sword paint's blown off. His where it broke here's blown off, everything.
Because they were thoroughly cleaned as well, weren't they?
Yeah, they were thoroughly cleaned. This guy got a gravel rash on the side of his hat and his fucking feathers and the base.
And it's the same primer on both sets of minis, isn't it?
Yeah, Vallejo airbrush primer.
Which is fucking weird, because they didn't... I mean, I was shocked at how badly those Carnivale minis had shed their paint.
She broke a neck here. She broke her arm in two places. Like the shoulder popped out and then she broke her wrist off. I've got to retouch up her wrist. But other than that, she's not too bad. Again, managed to rescue a referee. He broke off at his ankles. I mean, that has been the really redeeming thing. I think out of all of them that I showed you the other night, there's only this guy here that I actually need to do any touch-up work on. Because it's on his skin and it's really noticeable.
Which one's...
Other than that...
Oh, yeah. I mean, your halflings, you dodged a massive bullet.
My halflings, I dodged a huge bullet. And then there's one that's just a bit damaged on the brim of his hat, and I don't know where the brim of his hat's gone. Other than that, everything else is basically glued back together and been completely and utterly fine and has no gravel rash whatsoever.
To be fair, I think I've got some pictures here for everybody. Let's just transition to this. So obviously, this is a picture that David sent me on Facebook. Messenger it was.
Yeah, Messenger. Right. As it literally had just happened.
No, this. If you look, you've got a lag. So this is the before shot. So these were the models. He spent a lot of time painting them on stream. Bless him. For anybody who's watched our live streams regularly, you'll know that the first few weeks. David pretty much did this whole thing because he was doing the whole team as one massive batch paint. And the thing that's most distressing about this is That was a big hurdle for you, wasn't it, mate? This is tackling something of that size and being that consistent and getting the project out the doors. Not normal for you, is it?
No, it's not me.
And he did an absolute banging paint job, and then for it to all go south so rapidly is so heartbreaking. This was the picture that he sent me on Messenger, literally the night Monday. It happened, because I got a missed call, and then I was like, "What's up?" And he just sent me this picture, and it's like, fuck, it's like the wasteland of all these. And I'm like, what the fuck? I thought he must have stood on them or sat on them or something, because I've done that before. I put a whole batch of bolt action models on a tray, a cooking tray, to prime them, and then sat on them and literally snapped them all at the ankles. But that was with my entire body weight on them. So I thought he must have done something like that. No, just dropped them.
Dropped them from waist height.
And then he starts saying, oh yeah, well the food container didn't actually have a lid, so it basically went off like a fucking hand grenade and scattered them to the four winds. So, and I've got one more picture here. This is David actually carrying his models to the club.
Come on then, make me giggle, bitch. Make me giggle, bitch. So public safety announcement. Don't let your fucking where is it?
Well, to be fair, do you know what? Here's the difference.
Go anywhere near your fucking web.
Here we go. Old news. It's still working. Look. Still working.
What, your wet palette?
Yeah, I mean it is a little bit.
How?
It's a little bit scarred, but it is working.
Didn't you bitch the other month that it was fucking drying out a bit?
I was just going to say the difference between me and you. I couldn't even find a food container in my house that doesn't have a lid on it.
I've got 3 within spitting distance. I've got...
And
this,
to be fair...
I've got 2 here, combined. I've got one that's got Infinity miniatures in it that are unprimed, and then one underneath it for good luck.
Even when I haven't got the minis in, you probably can't see it on camera. Look at that. It's still got the bubble wrap in it, even though I've taken the minis out of it.
Some Yu Jing with some bubble wrap on top, but no lid, because fuck it.
Mate. The
box that I absolutely wrecked.
You're an absolute fucking liability. Let's go back to the main scene. So yeah, that's everybody can feel free to clip that meme. You may notice I've oriented it specifically for shorts. So we may have we'll try and go viral with David's public safety announcement.
Safely transporting your minis is essential. Unless your name is David
tit.
Smith and you don't give a fuck, and then you're distraught when you break 14 of your 16 fucking Blood Bowl mini.
Yeah, just put 60, 80 hours of painting into them. Oh yeah, just might as well just chuck them on the floor. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, that sounds like excellence. That does.
Gravel rash. It's better than null noil.
What?
So yeah, out of all of it, to only lose one, I'm fucking over the moon with.
Yeah, you dodged a massive bullet. Having said that, I would be misleading the audience if I said that I haven't had my fair share of disasters. I mean, I literally just recounted of my sitting on my 40 bolt action minis on a tray. Well, it was more than that, and just crushing and snapping them all. I've dropped that Yojimbo and shattered him into 14 different pieces. I've had all sorts of accidents with models. It happens. And to be honest, most of the repairs aren't too onerous. I feel like I've got away with it every time.
Do you have a feed to my desktop cam live? Not necessarily for the audience.
do I have a feed to your mini cam? As in,
Yeah,
can
my
I
mini
look
cam.
at it without showing it to everybody else? Yes, I can. And I'm looking at it now.
What the fuck do I do with that cape? Do I go snow? Or do I go garish, or what do I do? Because this knobhead's got a massive cape and it doesn't look particularly snow jackety.
Is he gonna?
this
Is there anywhere
Bellend's
else?
got a massive tabard.
Is there anywhere else? We're gonna. Everybody else wants showing. Here we go. So this is not what David was talking about originally.
Hang on. Let me fucking go back to her.
So you're asking about.
'cause she's got
Let me
two
just rinse this paintbrush before it dries to a brick. You're asking about the cape, the big cape.
Yeah.
So my question to you is: are you putting your white anywhere else on the model?
No, but I was going to snow the shit out of the base.
Okay, so you're not. I'm
swings
looking
and
because she's
roundabouts.
also got like an underskirt. Are you
Yes, she
thinking of
has.
painting them the same? Is the question.
Well, I've seen on like the Infinity Online, they've got the Templars cross on here,
Yeah.
free-handed.
Good luck with that. Fuck me.
I could do that.
I wouldn't, but you do you. If it was me, I would paint one of the pieces of fabric in your white.
Snow coat.
Yeah, that's going to be your other colour for your list, and then I would paint the other piece, and I'd be open to it going either way. I'd paint the other piece a different colour.
Well, I'm thinking I'm going to probably do the underskirt on that one, and the reason being because I can fill this entire tabard out with fucking the same snow coat colour.
Yeah.
Has he got a snow coat under there? He's got a little bit of a snow coat under his armour, but it's fuck all in the grand scheme of things. Like here, there's just a bit of texture.
Yeah.
And he's got a hood, so I'm going to probably do the hood and the tabard in this blue. Let's go. Let's do this.
You're doing
Let's
the hood and the
nail this out.
tabard in the blue.
Yes. Well, it's pale blue, but it's white, isn't it? Let's be honest.
I see.
That's where it's going.
Yeah. You're white. You're ice white.
Yeah. This is the colour, boys and girls at home. Pale blue. It's definitely not blue, and it's definitely pale.
The miniature with the cape. How much do you want it to stand out against the rest of the warband?
Don't forget, though, I've got the massive power weapon on it.
Yeah, but I'm asking you, how much do you want it to stand out? Because that cape is so big. If you paint that a unique colour that does not appear anywhere else in your warband,
it's going to stand out
like a massive sore thumb, which could be something you want. It could be something that you don't want. If it's something that you don't want, I would paint that cape in your white recipe, and I would paint the underskirt that's coming off the back of her hips
poppy colour
in something else. And obviously you've got white, which is totally neutral. All you're doing is going blue complementary, which we've discussed 100 times before. Orange works. Let's bring up a
colour
wheel on the old screen.
I need to add some water to that because that's a bit dark.
Yellow works. Or anything in the yellow to orange works. You could stray into a sort of lime green. That might be interesting. Depends where you want to go, because again, it's going to be... Is there any way that you can replicate that third colour, even in tiny details across the rest of your list?
There's the berets and things to paint up.
Well, there you go then. Because, I mean, that's what I would do. But that's me. I would try to unify it all as much as possible. We're back to the main scene.
Anyway, Hugh, how are you doing with your 40k painting? You managed to get any with Little N, or not?
Yes, Ricky and Hugh, what are you doing? You haven't told us what you're up to this evening.
Share the details.
Crispin, we know, is playing with his 3D printers because it's
And
the
a
only
fucking massive ship.
Yeah, he's printing himself a ship literally to leave Earth orbit. He's planning to leave the planet.
He's like the fucking dolphins out of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, one of the best movies of all time. Available on Amazon Prime. In
Ricky's
the UK at the
doing
moment.
nothing at all. Oh, fucking hell.
Ricky! I am fucking disappointed in you.
No, but look at him. He's even he's flexing. Oh, I'm doing nothing at all because I don't have any unpainted miniatures.
Do you know the reason why he's flexing?
Ricky, fuck you.
No. Do you know the reason why he's flexing? Because that's a fucking dig at me. The bastard. The bastard. Because I haven't supplied him with 3D printed stuff.
Good, nice one, Ricky.
You tit.
Oh, yeah. David, I have no miniatures. Hint. Oh, that's made my day. That has made my day. Actually, I lie. Something else made my day, and I'll share it with you in a minute. So, Hugh, currently painting Space Marine from each chapter. So when you say each chapter, obviously, theoretically, at this stage, there is a virtually infinite number of successor and real chapters. You're talking about tackling the clearly defined core chapters within GW lore. So, like, Dark Angels Ultra, Crimson
Yes and
Fists,
no, because I do believe
blah, blah.
Hugh messaged me the other month asking if I had a decal for one of the successor chapters for the Iron Fists? The Yellow Boys? Who are the Yellow Boys?
Imperial Fists.
There we go.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Crimson Fists are Imperial Fist successor, aren't they?
Yeah. I think Hugh was painting some Hammers of Dawn.
Oh, fuck me. So he's going into the weird edge case ones.
Yeah, he's doing the first ones, but I think he just did some Hammers of Dawn because he liked the fucking scheme.
Yeah, that's a big old job. Still a nice way to create display models, one of each chapter.
When are you doing your Sallies, Hugh? Because there is no other chapter than Salamanders. Salamanders are the best chapter.
Oh, God, listen to him.
Yeah, I don't even fucking play 40k that much.
Yawn. Salamanders. Yawn.
Says you with your Raven Guard list that's not even fucking legal anymore, bellend.
Hey, that's not my fault. Anyway, it is legal.
Well, only if you run a fucking Vanguard detachment or whatever bullshit GW want you to run instead.
I just don't have any core choices. Troop choices. Because GW are bellends. It's a super elite... It's an ultra elite Raven Guard army made up of shitty scouts. Because, yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, because they haven't even all got fucking sniper rifles, have they? They've got fucking heavy bolters and other stuff.
Well, yeah, because I've basically kitted them up so I can stick them in those...
land speeders.
Yeah, land speeder storms, is it?
Yeah.
The big ones. And then they can just drop out on top of people and start boltering the shit out of them. They're designed for close engagement. Well, I didn't run shotguns because they're absolutely fucking terrible weapon.
Currently has a White Scars and then Dark Angels ready to paint.
Nice. White Scar's going to be a fucking nightmare.
Remind me on...
I don't mind painting white for armies, but display painting white can fuck off. That to me is a chore. But, you know, each to their own.
Remind me on Saturday and I'll bring a decal sheet over.
If you might be looking for some... If you need some Raven Guard decals, I will have some. I also have a Space Wolf decal sheet. Not sure why.
Everyone gets Space Wolves decal sheets because they're fucking $2 a penny.
Yeah.
Or they used to be.
The other thing I will mention, my Raven Guard decal sheet is the Forge World one. So
oh, yours is the spicy boy.
It does have all of the Horus Heresy Raven Guard livery, as well as the more modern stuff. If you want any, just let me know, and I shall get them to you through David, I imagine.
You fucking talk about it as if I'm some kind of dealer.
Because to be fair, I've only used like about 15, 20 decals off it, and I'm only doing a small 1,000-point force just for a laugh. I'm not a serious Raven Guard collector. So the rest of it will go completely unused unless other people want it. Which I think for a decal sheet that costs the best part of a tenner is a waste. But I had the money at the time, and I can't freehand for shit, so...
Hated the Imperial Fist, fuck yellow.
Do you know, I'd rather paint yellow than white. With yellow, as long as there's loads of great videos online, and it's mostly about tricks.
Don't talk to me about painting yellow, because the one mini that I painted gorgeous that was yellow, which was my little wizard boy, my little one decided to play with, and then hid it between the sofa. And I sat on it, and it's broke. But bless Mantic and their customer service, this I will actually give credit for. At the similar time my League of Infamy turned up, one of my minis had no arms. I emailed them about that, and I said to them, look, I bought this
How did that feel?
Yeah. So I bought the Eye of the Abyss set. I said, look, I bought it. I've started painting it up. Here's a picture of it broken. I want to know if I can just buy the single mini, because I'm not buying another 20 quid box for one single mini that I want to do stuff. Even your wife's getting in on the act now. Jesus. So I emailed Mantic about it. Mantic sent out the replacement mini for the one that was missing an arm. And in the box, without even asking, because I'm like, I'll pay for it. In the same box was the sculpt for me to repaint. So I'm not repainting that yellow, because yellow is cursed, in my opinion, now.
Oh, right. It broke because it was yellow, not because you gave it to a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
There's a logic that only you can follow in that. Is all I'm going to say.
Have you met me?
That's all I'm going to say on that. Do you know what? Your Jimbo is done. Let's move on.
Lies and sorcery. How many more minis you got to go through?
Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are going to be mostly grey and orange. But we do have...
What state are they in? Are they even base coated?
They're all primed, buddy.
Okay, thank fuck.
Okay, so...
I have an edge. This is what matters, boys and girls.
We're going to go with Oyama. Now, Oyama, let's...
Oh, Hugh's been sending me picky pics.
Let's go to...
Nice, dude. You should be way more active in the Discord for club. Even if you can't get down.
Yeah, if he's got pictures he's sending to you, why is he not posting them in Hobby Zone?
Paul would like to see these. I'll send them to him after, mate. Don't worry. Ricky, what fucking tangent are you on? What have you been smoking this evening?
Right, let's bring this up.
Right, I'm going to use my little size 1 to do the edges here, and then I'm going to break out the size 2, because I don't fancy doing the entire cape with a little size 0.
How unlike you.
Don't you sit there taking the piss.
Oh,
think you've done that enough tonight.
Allow me to paint this with a fly's eye. Right, David. I'm going to transition this and wait for you to.
Hang on.
You'll obviously have to catch up because you're looking at it live. This is Oyama. Sat on it. I mean, come on. I bet you like it. Ricky.
Can't take fucking Ricky. Can't take Ricky anywhere.
Ricky. Right. So, can you see that miniature on your screen?
Yes, I can. Fucking bear with me, boy.
I want recipes for the red. Because that red that they've used on their sort of... I'm not going for 100% match, but that looks very pink. And now I know that's going to be...
Scarlet, you bellend.
I know it's partly because that's the way Angel paints shit and washes it out. Do you reckon Scarlet is going to be pink enough?
Well, Scarlet's more orange than anything, but Scarlet's the edge highlight, I would say, up near the shoulder.
I'm looking for the base note that's going to give me... Anybody else can feel free to chime in. If you own Vallejo model colour and have a suggestion...
Dark red into carmine or number 32, I think it is. Oh, he's got his white scar out.
Dark red is probably not a bad shout for the deepest shade. I'll give you that.
Let me just go to my... It's my fucking go-to for red.
It's my life.
It's now or never.
And to be fair, it is a slightly... It's not a very pigment intense. It's quite pastel. It's an odd white red, isn't it?
Yeah. You haven't got black red, have you? Number 35?
No, sadly. Unless it's in the last care package, which
I don't think it is, mate.
No.
Let me just rummage some more. Because I'm just trying to find... Where the fuck have all my reds gone?
Well, I haven't got them.
Where the fuck have they disappeared?
While you're looking, I'm going to quickly look at the... Oh, no, I'm not.
Has Angel not done a fucking
probably
paint tutorial on the internet?
What? Why would I watch that when I can just ask you? Come on.
Because you're fucking distracting me from getting on and finishing my miniatures, you bastard. I'm not playing your games anymore. I don't like this.
That white, I think we're going to put neutral grey down as the white, because I don't want it too dark. So we're going to start with neutral grey.
Why not sky grey and wash it?
What, as the base?
Yes.
Sky grey's too pale, man.
Sky grey? Or a sky grey neutral 50-50?
In fact, no, I'm going to go neutral because I'm looking at his shoes and the boots, and I'm going to need to leave myself room to go up through grades of grey. And if I go too light too soon, it'll go a nightmare.
You're not meant to make it 50, mate.
Or do I even go London grey?
London's too dark. And
the other question... Oh, well, I think I've decided myself, but I'll check with you to see what you think. I'm assuming that's coming up now. This is the other view. He's got some weird, like, padded hakama, like, bloody samurai skirt thing. And I'm thinking Russian uniform as a base for that.
Russian uniform, green, grey, and khaki.
Yeah. Okay, we both think the same.
Can you see my minicam, boy?
I will do in a second. Let me just go to OBS. Let's transition to this. Let's do this. Okay, let's show everybody what I'm looking at. This is David's minicam. So that is what?
That is Armada Sail.
Yeah, I know, but I was asking the paints, obviously. Duh.
dark red
Yep.
into, and unfortunately you're going to shit all over me because it's into the Pro Acryl red that you bought me for Christmas.
Crap, yeah.
Then into Scarlet
To
for
be
the
fair
edge
though,
highlights.
that's way orange. Isn't it? That's way orange. I don't want orange. I want pinky pastel red.
Is that better at showing the colour?
Do you know what?
Because I always paint under a cool light rather than a daylight colour.
Do you know what? I think I'm going to go dark red into a vermilion, and then I'm probably going to add a touch of pink for the final highlight. I've decided. An executive decision has been made.
What colour is vermilion?
Vermilion is sort of the last true red. I don't
care. What's the number on the bottle?
It's the one before orange red. It's 28.
Why not 29?
Because it's too dark. That's dark vermilion. You fool. The clue is in the name. No, it isn't.
It's red. It's red on the bottle.
No.
Look at it. It's red. It's red. Don't argue with me. Number 29, red.
It may be called red now, but when I bought mine many, many years ago, it was called dark vermilion.
Well, we're not all old timers like you.
Obviously. Yeah. So that's the
I've
thing.
lost my pale blue. There it is.
So we have a plan. Let's start getting some grey down. And do you know what? Executive decision. It's going to be London.
Do you want to take the mini cam off me, boy?
Already have done, buddy, I think. No, I haven't. Well called. Yes. Let's go back to the main scene. What's the time? It's gone 9 o'clock. Did you see anything on YouTube or anything cool that caught your fancy this week?
The only thing that really caught my fancy this week is yet more bolt action gubbins that I've been looking at from Modelling for Advantage.
Do you know what? I do like their stuff. I need to watch some more Modelling for Advantage. So what did you catch on there? What did you catch from them?
I have watched the American Airborne starter set unboxing. I've watched the British Airborne starter set unboxing. And then I had a decision to make.
Because you mentioned to me the other night about perhaps ditching the Airborne.
I had a look at the British and Canadian starter army.
Yes, which is the one I bought to convert to my Singapore.
Because you're an animal.
Thing.
Oh. Nice one, Hugh.
My early war stuff. What's Hugh said?
Just more pictures.
Oh. Spamming you now.
Yeah. My issue is, if I paint British Airborne, I'm going to be one of those guys that's commonly known in the miniature hobby, rather than the tabletop wargaming hobby, as a rivet counter. And until my camo is perfect, I'm not going to be happy. American Airborne and British Infantry, on the other hand, require no fucking camo. So consequentially, will be quicker to paint.
Yeah, you're less likely to get involved in an OCD cul-de-sac scenario, aren't you?
Yes. Fucking hell, this pale blue covers over black really fucking well. Really fucking well.
So what?
So, input, boys and girls at home. Opinions. British Airborne? American Airborne? Or British just generic infantry?
I think that it's a mid to late war box, isn't it? The generic Canadian infantry, British infantry box. Have you checked out any camo tutorials?
I've seen one from Pete the Wargamer.
Okay.
And
Did
that's
it
about
look
it.
complicated?
No, he used Army Painter, and I fucking hate Army Painter.
Yeah, but
Or I think he's Army Painter. But I haven't looked at what.
Surely the colour choice is.
I haven't looked at what conversions I need to go to fucking thingy.
No, but it's
Vallejo.
more. It's more about the brushwork and how he did the camo effect, mate. Yes, we did have this last week, mate. You're welcome to being mates with David. You'll find that topics of conversation often become circular fucking arguments of doom as you cover the same ground over and over again.
I've got fucking Ricky and Hugh edging me on now of painting on fucking hard mode. Right, that's it. It's fucking decided. It's going in my fucking shopping basket and it'll be here next week.
What you going?
And then we can
British
stop
Airborne?
having this fucking conversation. Yes.
Do you know what? I've got an idea for your second army.
What?
Fallschirmjäger.
Oh, no! No!
So, you like the camo, Mr. Bond?
Fuck the chocolate chip camo. Fuck the chocolate chip camo and the horse it rode in on, because that's just fucking sadism to a whole new level.
That'll be. I'll tell you what, though. Finish those two armies, you could probably do camo in your fucking sleep.
You know, OG Sally's used to have a camo scheme.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, OG Sally's had a camo scheme, and I was contemplating up some as OG fucking Horus Heresy Sally's with the camo scheme. I've overthinned this paint. Regrets have been made. Mistakes have been made. Regrets have taken place.
Just put two thin coats on. Duncan is your guide.
Oh shit! Did I just fuck up? Oh no, I didn't fuck up the back of his ankle. Right, I've got painting handles. Why am I not using them?
To be fair, I'm not using mine because I've just had to take it off because with the painting handle I couldn't access...
You can't get into where you need to.
I can't access the bit of the model I actually want to paint. GW, thank you very much. Brilliant design.
Yeah, the GW one does leave a little to be desired.
Yeah. It's garbage.
The only thing is, I'm going to probably break the immersionist because I'm going to have to go out and buy a tank. Because I'm not playing bolt action without a tank. I don't care if it's not.
Well, if it's only a little tank, they might be able to fit it with parachutes.
Right, okay, Ricky's fucking laying down the gauntlets now.
What's he said?
It's going to take me over a year to get them to the tabletop.
Oh, Ricky, low blow, mate. Low blow.
I mean, it's not taking me a year to get my Infinity to the tabletop, you bellend.
Hey, Ricky, I've just had a killer idea. I know we were just having a bit of a gaff and a wheeze about Fallschirmjäger, but you were doing Germans. And... well, no... Look at you. Only a year? Ooh. Can everyone else smell burning?
Yes, but I do play more than one game system, Hugh, and at least I do actually play games, or is that a low blow? If we're taking the piss out of David, David will take the piss out of his mates that are currently lurking in stream chat.
Jesus. God. Handbags at dawn. Me and you are just here to watch, Crispin. Jesus, it's unravelling fast.
The ship's sinking.
Ricky's 2 weeks tops. Fucking hell, Ricky, you're a machine. No, but I wasn't actually being facetious about Fallschirmjäger for Ricky, because Ricky is such a beast. Fucking a bolt action army is like an hors d'oeuvre for Ricky, isn't it? Honestly, because that's what he does anyway. He paints
like a fucking tank.
He's really good at the clean base coats, a little bit of a wash, bada bing, bada bum. He already does the bolt action thing. Maybe it's time for Ricky to take a bit of a challenge and tackle Fallschirmjäger camo. I mean, again, it might sound completely counterintuitive, but complex as it looks, Fallschirmjäger camo is quite a good one for a beginner because
It's
there are...
stipply as fuck.
Well, not only that, there are about 5 billion tutorials about how to paint it on the internet because it's so notorious.
It's one of the most... it's one of the most ridiculous camo schemes ever.
So if you want your hand holding... What do you reckon, Ricky? Could you
He's also got to chocolate chip his tanks if he's going full schmega.
But again, it's
he's
transferable,
got to chocolate chip
isn't
his
it?
tanks. Now, I've possibly been a bit of a heathen because I've whited both top and bottom for now.
Well, yeah, but it's a base coat. Ricky's in. Fucking hell. I'm gonna put the mic down and step away before I cause more problems. Good for you, mate. Plus the fact Fallschirmjäger is a super elite army, so you actually should we go and have
a look at what the damage is then, Ricky? Shall we?
I'm sure they do a Fallschirmjäger box, don't they?
Yeah, but Hobby House currently have a fucking discount on
bolt action, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I said it's my birthday tomorrow. For those that don't know.
Oh shit!
And my wife gave me my present a day early. Crispin, stop sniggering at the back. It's not what you think. And I'll show everybody because I'm fucking well chuffed.
House of Hobbies.
But I don't want to ask what she paid for it. Because
David, send me a link to what you're getting. Just be careful what you wish for, Hugh.
So, let me get this. So, we talked about Arkham Horror.
No, not Black Powder, it's fuck.
We talked about Arkham Horror living card game earlier, and we talked about the concept of campaigns and standalone scenarios. And there is a standalone scenario pack for Arkham Horror living card game that is notorious. A few years ago, I think they did it was an April Fool's article advertising a new expansion for Arkham Horror, and they did it as a joke, and everybody went, "Oh my god, that looks fucking awesome!" And they then were like, "Oh shit, well, we better print it.
We've got to do it now."
Yeah, we've got to do it now. So what they did was, let me get my mini cam actually, because that would be the best place to show people. That's why we have the closed cam.
Hobby House doesn't have the Fallschirmjäger starter army on there.
Azatu got it.
I don't know. I'm looking at my shit.
So what they did...
The damage to my wallet is £41.30 before I get any rules and pin markers.
And this is the expansion. Barkham Horror. The Meowling of Nyarlathotep.
Oh my god, that is adorable and so up your fucking street.
So, yeah, basically...
That is fucking amazing,
Think
man.
Arkham Horror, the living card game, but instead of it's human beings, it's dogs versus cats.
What was I doing?
And...
I've just linked you.
This expansion pack is a tad difficult to get. And how my wife managed to get it and what she actually paid for it, I don't want to know. Because I want to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah. Not 2 kidneys and...
Yeah. Let me show you something, David. Are you familiar with Ashcan Pete? One of the drawbacks with this scenario and all of the little gags and what they call them, Easter eggs is the technical term, in it,
yeah,
is that they're massive in-jokes. So if you don't play Arkham, they just go straight over your head.
Over your head.
So I won't labour this, but needless to say for everybody, this is probably top 10 birthday presents ever, if not top 5, maybe top 3. But yeah, you're familiar with Ashcan Pete, yeah?
Yes, a little bit. Not amazing.
So Ashcan Pete is an investigator, and he has a dog.
Are you playing as his dog?
I'll show you. So in the base game, you get Ashcan Pete, the investigator, who's basically a tramp, and he has his pet dog Duke. So what they've printed in this is Duke, the character, who's the dog.
Is Ashcan Peter's assistant?
And you have an ally asset.
Oh, yeah!
Friendly human.
And let me take a wild guess. The artwork is Ashcan.
Basically, they've just switched the two artworks on the two cards. It's absolutely... And this pack is full of little Easter eggs like that. And it's just wall-to-wall terrible dog puns. So, like, there's a character in the core card game called... Oh, he's a soldier. What the fuck's his name?
Not a clue.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Because I don't think I've stumbled across him in the board game
yet. There's a guy called Skids O'Toole, who's a bit...
Yeah, I've heard of Skids.
Yeah, well, in Barkham, he's Skids O'Drool.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, mate, it's a dad joke fest from beginning to end.
That sounds totally up my fucking street.
Juvenile dog and cat puns for days.
You know what we should do with that? We should get together at some point.
Yep.
And play some Arkham, me and you.
Yes.
Through your PC and like your top-down webcam and stuff like that.
Well, even better, I am technically competent enough that I can just scan them and upload them into the TTA Tabletop Simulator Arkham Horror Living Card Game mod, which I've got.
That would work as well.
So we could play it on that.
Speaking of, if I don't knock minis off their fucking stands. Speaking of expansions...
Yes.
Let me just move.
I
got my first Arkham Horror expansion.
Yeah, you said you were going to get this. So
Secrets of the Order.
Do you want me to go to your minicam to show it better? Or
yeah, let me just clear space on my desk. Because I have minis everywhere.
I'm ready to transition when you are, mate. I mean, if it's easier on the main cam, you can stay where you are.
No.
Let me bully you into something.
On it, I've just dropped a mini. Fuck.
Uh,
Luckily, it hasn't shattered into a million pieces.
And luckily, it's not holding a sword, which is now bent at 90 degrees. Because that's the other drawback with Infinity.
They just fucking ruin their own swords.
Infinity do love their katanas. What should we do with this guy? Oh, I don't know. What do you think would fit?
Has he got a fuck-off massive sword?
Yeah,
no.
Yeah,
we'll give him one.
Has he got a katana yet? Well, no, but he is a 90-year-old man in a smock. Doesn't matter. Give him a katana. Oh, right.
He needs a katana. Whatever. Right. Yeah, minicam, go.
Minicam!
Minicam!
Go!
Woo! Minicam, go! So we have the Secrets of the Order expansion. So in this expansion, you get...
Secrets of the Order. Sounds suitably culty.
Yeah, you get an expansion rulebook. Basically now there's new threshold tiles. There's an extra anomaly deck and some other bits. That's about it. I think there's...
There must be a new... There's a new story card, surely.
3 new scenarios.
Yes.
And 2 new neighbourhoods.
Ooh, 2 new neighbourhood tiles.
2 new neighbourhoods, yeah. And then you've got hazardous moves. So basically moving around places now will give you horror, sanity, or focus. Cost you focus.
Just moving? Are they taking the piss?
Hazardous borders through the hidden paths between the realms.
Oh, right, because this game wasn't hard enough. Let's just die by
it wasn't
moving.
hard enough. New fucking monster types with Shrouded.
Okay.
And now monsters that actually require law to kill them, not strength.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
That sounds cool. I like that.
So, yeah, that's the little mini rulebook. We get some new focus tokens. This is the new, threshold tile. So as you cross over, basically, you can only move once, then you have to stop here because you've taken damage when you go either way. But basically, you'll lose health, sanity, or focus.
And what, does the scenario place them on the map?
Scenario plays it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. New, bolt-on location to go on the edge of the map. So we got the Witch's House.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And the Untamable House.
The Unnameable.
Yeah, I can't read.
That's out of a H.P. Lovecraft story. That is.
We've got the Underworld,
Ooh.
which again has lethal or damaging movement.
2 health and 2 sanity, or 1 sanity.
Another copy of the Merchant District with the Unvisited Isle, River Docks, and TikTok Club. This is all in the base game, just a different artwork for if you want your city built slightly differently.
But all the icons are identical.
Yep.
Okay, that's fair.
French Hill.
Yep.
So we've got the Silver Twilight Lodge, the Juice Right Funeral Home, and Bayfriar Gardens.
That game is going to expand into the most
And then
amazing
another copy
collection.
of the Miskatonic University.
Oh my god. That does look fucking cool.
New encounter cards. New investigators. New anomaly decks, and obviously neighborhood cards and proof of purchase tokens and everything else in here.
Excellent. So
and then we have 3 scenarios.
Have you done the OCD thing and chronologically purchased the first expansion?
No, I haven't.
You've just picked one up because it was a good price. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
It was cheap on Amazon.
Cool.
Bye, Hugh.
See you later, mate.
So we've got Agatha Crane, the parapsychologist.
Yep.
After you suffer 1 or more horror, you may focus 1 skill of your choice and gain a remnant.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. She's not very good strength and wills, but everything else is pretty decent.
What's her horror total? Fairly high.
7.
7. It's okay, I guess.
7 sanity, 5 health.
Yep.
We have Mark Harrigan, the soldier.
Oh, that's the one I was trying to think of. In the car. Guess what he's called in Barkham?
Not a clue.
Bark Harrigan. Fool.
So he's got dogged at the start of your turn. If you're in the lane, you may focus skill of your choice to recover a sanity. And steadfast, you may perform the attack action any number of times per round.
Bloody hell. He's what we needed when we played. Fucking hell, he'd have made short shrift.
We've got Preston Fairmont, the millionaire.
Yep.
Creature comments at the start of your turn. You may spend $1 to recover 1 health or sanity.
Has he got really crap stats?
Not kind of.
Because in the card game, all of his stats are 1, and he has to buy.
Yeah, here they're 2, 2, 2, 5, 2, 3, 1.
All of his stats are 1, and the only way he can win a test is to buy it. He's really cool. Winifred
Habermock, the aviator. Just that good. Once per round, when you would fail a test, you may spend 1 focus to re-roll 1 additional dice. If you still fail that test, you choose a skill that you do not have focus and focus that skill twice.
Jesus fuck. She's better than she is in the card game.
So yeah, they're the new investigators that we have. And then we have Bound to Serve scenario. The plague of unquiet spirits wash over Arkham, creating a psychic disturbance that cannot be ignored. Trapped by an ancient pact, those lost souls must be freed from the ancient evil that binds them for eternity.
Okay.
The Key in the Gate. For eons, Yog-Sothoth has observed the universe from beyond time and beyond space. Content no longer simply to watch and wait. The lurker at the threshold stirs. Countless thralls labour to open the gate that locks the Ancient One outside of our universe. And then we have The Dead Cry Out. Ancient magic has torn through the veil that protects Arkham from the worlds beyond. Terrible creatures erupt from the underworld to threaten all that you hold dear.
Do you have undeady type creature deck with like zombies and ghosts and poltergeists and that sort of shit?
Let's go have a look.
It does sound a bit of an underworld dead thing.
Let's have a look in this little deck of thing. Yes, we do, because I've just stumbled across the Spirit Camera.
Oh, that is so cool. doing like
love
a modern day ghost hunting riff.
I
Do you know
love
what?
Arkham.
This whole, what do they call it? They call the whole range something. The Arkham range, or they've got an in-house term for all of the products that share this Arkham Horror mythos. And to be fair, there isn't a bad game. There is not a bad game.
Twilight Sentry, tunneling D-holes, Talon's Cannibals, Stalking Wraiths, Gluttonous Giant,
Jesus Christ.
Raging Poltergeist,
Yeah, that's more like it.
Menacing Bulk,
So actually, they're still quite grounded.
Lodge Seer, Lodge Guardian, Haunting Dead,
Here he is, you ghosts.
Crazed Fiend, Coursing Hound, and a Bloody Titan.
Nice. That looks absolutely fucking amazing, mate.
I want to get the lot long term.
Yeah. Because the thing is, you're enjoying it solo, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
See, this
It plays
is
really
this
well
is
solo.
This is always for me the conscience killer for games like this.
And the best thing about this,
if you only play
or I
it twice a
saw one.
year, are you ever going to get the value if you buy the whole collection? But if you can play it on your own, like you do, rainy Sunday afternoon in the caravan, it's just chuck down Arkham. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
It makes it easier
I found on the old Spotify
a
playlist somebody had put together for Arkham.
I found that for the role playing. You get like all sort of ambient music and creepy sounds and rain noise and thunderstorms. There's loads of cool assets up on Spotify for that sort of stuff. Nice one.
So again, it's going to be one of those immersive things that I'm going to just lock myself away in a room.
Yeah.
With this,
light a few candles and burn down your caravan.
Incense. Love me incense.
So
what am I getting?
It is. It's 9:30, mate.
What am I getting you for your birthday?
Let us
pray.
No. Let us just quickly have a look at these websites that we told everybody about earlier.
Oh, so, yeah.
David, literally 2 minutes before we come on stream, sort of like ambush. Let me just zoom this so an appropriate.
I'm not an ambush predator.
Tells me, because to be fair, we were talking the other night about the first website before that, and then David mentions his second one, and oh my god.
Well, I had a quick scroll through Instagram earlier. Corvus are currently at Adepticon or wherever the fuck they're at.
Yes, they are.
With Warsenal.
Okay, hence the announcement.
Showed some of the Warsenal terrain on their story today.
Do you want to do Warsenal first, or?
Yeah, let's do Warsenal, because this is what kind of started it.
Jesus, Warsenal is beautiful. So...
it's not the cheapest, but fuck me, is it gorgeous.
Let's transition to this for everyone. So, we're talking about, just so that everybody is clear, we're talking about Infinity, the miniatures game from Corvus Belli, the Spanish company. So it's set in far future, real world, where the various factions of humanity have been divided by time and space into sort of like great blocks of power, and they're then battling within the human-controlled area of space, while an alien presence called the Combined Army is basically trying to invade human space and can capture it, because they already control so much of the galaxy. They want the human sphere as well. So, now David will have to correct me, because I've done no research other than click on this website and go, ooh. But I think, by the look of it, their new range is called Ziguan. How have you pronounced that?
I'm not 100% sure. As I say, if I go find my Instagram.
And these are some of the buildings. So we'll start at the top. We've got the Mingyi. I apologise for my Chinese stroke Japanese pronunciation. It is terrible. But so this is $145 in the sale. Not a massive reduction. It was $147.
$2 off.
And the other question that occurs to me, David, these guys are US only, or do they have a European?
Pass is the honest answer.
If
I just saw them, and because of the conversation we had about the other supplier, which is MicroArt Studios.
Yes.
I saw them and wanted to bring them to your attention because they come out of the box like this, boys and girls.
Yes. Just in case anybody's not clear,
box
this is
with this fucking finish all over them.
This is pre-coloured. You require PVA, time, and
patience.
Fuck all else to get this sitting ready to play on your table
at this quality,
which is like what the absolute fuckity do. You can see how big this building is. We've got a miniature for scale in the foreground there. We've got several, in fact.
So it's what, probably about 12 by
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That must be 8, 10 inches tall minimum.
Yeah.
And what, 12, 14 inches long?
And what, 8 in the other direction?
Yeah.
With the balconies and everything?
6 to 8. Well, yeah, 8 with the balconies and overhangs. This baseboard is probably something like 12 by 16, 12 by 14. I would have thought.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Yes.
It is crazy. And this is the back view. Look at the detail on this fucking fire escape. And look, you've got a dumpster. I tell you what, if the if the postage is anything like affordable,
you'll be buying some.
I will be buying some of this. We've already had a discussion on the channel where we've discussed the pros and cons of
pre-painted, paint your own,
terrain.
3D printed.
Oh my god, we've got a whole commercial block. Let me open a few of these so we can go to them quicker. Oh my god.
Absolutely fucking gorgeous.
I mean, the size of them.
They are. That's my only feedback from what I've seen here, is they're a little large.
Yeah, but I think they're a big cash investment. So I can understand, because what they've basically said is, if you already have some cheap cardboard terrain and some reason this isn't loading, maybe because I've been a bit aggressive with my tab opening.
Aggressive tab opening. If that was an Olympic sport, I think I've got that covered. 4 fucking Chrome pages full of tabs.
Yes. I may have broken the internet, everybody.
Well, we're still streaming, I hope.
No, it's not loading. Oh, here's good. Look, it gives you the size.
Oh my god.
So here we go. Sichuan commercial block table coverage example. So
what's that, 12 and a quarter?
1 foot 3 inches by 1 foot. So 12 by 15, basically. So we weren't, when we said 12 by 16 for the baseboards, we weren't far out.
No.
But I mean, what I was trying to say when it was failing to load pictures. Oh, here we go. I think no, it's still broken. God damn it! Ooh. Now this is actually, David, not what it looks like. So that block,
that's modular.
Is that?
What the fuck? So
Okay.
basically, you've got 2 or 3
Admittedly,
building layouts for
this
the price it is.
this is $215, so this is expensive even in the sale.
It's about 106 quid.
But it's actually 6 individual components that you can then... Oh my god.
Is that just sold it even more for you, sir?
Playable interiors, mate.
Oh my
Playable
fucking
interiors.
god, what?
Playable interiors on 1, 2, 3 levels and the roof.
Fuck.
What? I must confess, I wasn't expecting playable interiors. That seems pretty crazy. So this complex, it's not going to load. Yes, it is. This looks more like the first one we looked at, where it's actually just a fucking big building. Now,
Yeah.
I can see what look like tag marks here. So again, whether the details of the interiors are present on this one, don't know. There aren't any pictures to tell us. Oh, that's intriguing.
They are gorgeous.
Doesn't say in the description that the interior is decorated
Is playable
and detailed.
on this one.
I mean, just look at the design.
That's gorgeous, that one.
That is so unusual, isn't it, visually? There's so much going on. Again...
Oh, I did back a Kickstarter today, by the way. Because there's a surprise, because I'm a Kickstarter whore.
This one is another fucking modular one, mate.
Oh my god. So basically 2 of them and you'd be covered for a 4x4 table, wouldn't you?
Look at it. Look at it. Oh my god.
Should I have not shown you the pretties? Oh, that's amazingly gorgeous.
If these are not available in the UK, I may cry. We may see a grown man cry.
Either that, or you've got an excuse to go on a holiday to America now.
Yeah, come back loaded down with MDF.
Yeah. Sorry, wife, you're not bringing a suitcase home with you. Why is that? Well, because we've got to load it up with 20 kilos of MDF. Goodness.
I've got a feeling this one's modular before I click through any more. I've just got this feeling. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah,
they're gorgeous.
It is, I think, because that's it laid out in linear.
So that and that prosperous corner, what's that going to set you back?
Yeah, look at it, mate. Look at it. Every side is textured. Look at the details, like these little signs that protrude.
The graffiti. Look at that red graffiti tag.
Fuck. That is pretty cool.
They're amazing.
They are stunning. Right. Is that
one
all
would
of them?
think,
That's all
though,
of the... Right.
If Corvus, because obviously this is a licensed Corvus product, because it's got the Corvus Belly Infinity logo fucking all over it.
$365.
And the fact that they're at Gen Con with them, I would hazard a guess Corvus Spain may be a stockist, even if no one else is.
I've got to look at... Look. Oh my god, mate. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look, after you've finished being insane with the big packs, look at all the little ones. $25.
Okay, it's going to cost you what? Probably about 300 quid?
Oh, hang on.
Are they little parts of the big ones?
I think I'm looking at this. Wasn't this green building in the first one? The first mod?
Not a clue.
No, it's not in any of them. This is all unique shit. Unless I'm missing my...
No, you're not missing things.
Look at all that. These have all got playable interiors. Commercial unit.
I'm going to have to drop
Storehouse,
I'm going to have to drop some money on Infinity Terrain, aren't I?
Oh my god. Which one should we look at? The tenement set? The apartments?
That tenement set looks like it was part of the original.
Let's look at this one.
That Zigwan fire escape is something that you can just buy to bolt on the back of something. Right, I do have feedback on the new G-Dub shades.
Oh yeah?
My Soulblight Grey has separated like a motherfucker. All the pigments at the bottom of it, so I'm going to have to find a ball.
Look at the reef detail.
Just don't, dude. I'm fucking so hard not to buy money on it.
I am stunned, actually. Do you know what? What shocks me is how the pre-coloured terrain market is coming on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but again, you've only got to think about the fact that obviously printers are a thing.
Look, you can buy fucking sidewalk kits.
Oh my god.
With bloody traffic details. This is a dream. Look at this. How fiddly and awkward is it to make, print, collect, paint things like this? Traffic signals,
well, again,
pedestrian cross signs.
Even if you had 3D printed buildings and you went to the time and effort of printing them and painting them yourself, do you know what I mean? You just go and buy some of this to add depth to your buildings.
Yeah, you could do the big stuff, the big boring blocky buildings, and then just add these details. Yes, you could. Look at the trash compactor. The classic infinity bridge for bridging between two buildings. Because what's infinity with about a bit of cross elevation?
The fucking scaffold set. That's gorgeous.
Let's go and see if we can find this scaffold set. Oh my god, yeah. Fucking push bikes.
What the fuck?
Right. Okay. I tell you what, Crispin, you could buy it all and ship it to us, mate.
Is Crispin even still here?
Mates rates shipping. That's insane. Right, let's have just a... So,
micro art.
Where this came from was we were talking about... I watched Battle Report. I apologise, I can't remember the name of the channel. If I can remember it, I will put a link. If I can find it, I'll put a link in the description. And they had a beautiful table. And I think 90% of it was micro art scenery. The micro art studio, sorry, these people. And their stuff is, correct me if I'm wrong, David, it's pre-coloured plastic, isn't it? It's not MDF.
Yeah, it's printed on like a...
Is it like a foam board or a foam core? Or
no, Crispin's already looked into it, but I have so much terrain, I just make it. Yeah, but to be fair, Crispin, there's a few good sites for shipping with like TNT and DHL. It depends on who you go and what you're shipping, etc., and what the sizing and stuff is.
To be fair, you obviously love the big project stuff as well, Crispin. David and I think it's fair to say, David, you and I, we like our miniature painting, but we don't necessarily go the whole hog on.
You say that. I've got my Frostgrave table to finish, and I've got a 3D printed table for
to
Infinity
finish.
2.
Yeah, but that's my point. You haven't done them because they don't.
No, because I'm busy painting miniatures and stuff and actually being productive.
And because it would take hundreds of hours to do
Because
it.
you rant at me when I spend the evening sat on a laptop sorting out 3D prints. I'm fucking 5 minutes in and I've got a dead arm and this shade's still not fucking sorted, and I've put a shaker in it.
I was going to say, just stir it with a stick. So they've got a series of bundles. These, oh my god!
Oh, those tokens! I'm gonna have to buy them tokens though from Micro.
Look at this! Fucking hell!
And the price is not bad.
Oh, I don't know. That I would say that's pretty steep, but Jesus, it's discounted as well. €320. Is that a 4x4 though? Is that table coverage? That can't be 4x4.
Yeah, that is 4x4.
Okay, I'll take it back. That's not bad.
And the fact that that's multi-level up to 3 stories high.
That is pretty baller. Okay. Why has Infinity got the most gorgeous terrain?
Because it's a completely fucking unique fucking paint set, isn't it? And style. We've had this conversation.
I can remember when Ash Barker, I'm going to click on one of these. These were their, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody in the chat, but these were their first Infinity pre-painted, pre-coloured thing. And I remember Ash Barker doing these, and I remember thinking, they're a bit shit.
It'll never take off.
I think it's safe to say they've come a fair way since these early days. I mean, even though I'm saying that, you compare this to the Warsenal stuff. I mean, Warsenal are just smashing it out of the park. And actually, I'm thinking about the Warsenal prices in the context of this. This is their value table bundle. I mean, it's good. It's nice. I mean, it's got these odd cubes with a ladder on the side, which appear everywhere in Infinity Terrain. What? A cube with a ladder on the side? Yeah, of course. I see them all the day. I pass 3 on the way to work. What? Fucking cube with a ladder on the side.
It's for accessing all of your HVAC ducting.
Yeah, it's for when you're playing Sonic the Hedgehog and want to fucking stack them like some sort of computer game freak. Yeah, no, not a thing. Stop it. But
right. Feedback on this Soul Blight grey over pale blue, it doesn't kind of work.
So, I've got an idea. Let's hear it in the chat and in the comments. Which is better? Warsenal or Micro Arts? Yeah, we're the same, Crispin. I've got MDF terrain that I bought fucking nearly 10 years ago that's still wrapped in plastic. But and I'm going to say this, the exception is pre-coloured stuff. All of my foreground was assembled within days of buying it. Because I just had to stick it together. Yeah.
Again, I've still got my fucking, what's it called to go out? My DZC stuff.
I've got to go with you, Crispin. The Warsenal stuff, just from the
value.
When I'll be honest, even if the Warsenal stuff, I think probably if you got your calculator out and scrutinised the photographs like a bloody analytical scientist, you'd probably realise that the Warsenal might be more expensive square foot by square foot. Because some of those bundles from MicroArts are big. There's a lot of coverage for €300. Whereas just one building, one 10-inch by 16-inch block was what, $150?
Yeah.
So I don't think money's in it, but I tell you what is in it, the textures.
finish.
The textures that Warsenal have managed to print onto those buildings are just fucking next level. They're just amazing.
It's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then.
But yeah, maybe you think differently. That's what the comments are for. Or maybe you think they're all overpriced hot garbage and the best Infinity terrain is here. And tell us where. And here's the other question. Why is Infinity getting all the terrain love? Because even that Kickstarter that you did, Flatline City, I mean, that is some of the best Kickstarter terrain I've ever seen. I mean, don't get me wrong. What's that one that we looked at recently with a photo?
Osaka. Oh, what, the photorealistic one?
Yeah.
That is the upcoming one
Tabletop
from
World?
Printable Scenery.
Printable Scenery.
King and Country, or whatever it is.
Don't get me wrong. Printable Scenery's got an amazing range of terrain.
Well, Printable Scenery's done a lot of your terrain for Frostgrave.
Yeah, Printable Scenery's got an amazing range of terrain. None of it's pre-coloured nor pre-finished, obviously. It's just basically STLs that you print in resin or plastic. But am I being cruel in saying it all looks a bit generic and last year next to that Infinity shit?
I'll tell you what they in Printable Scenery have got that I'm going to get at some point. They've got terrain that would suit Fallout and Gaslands.
Really?
Just by scaling it.
Oh, of course. Gaslands, yeah.
Because obviously Gaslands is a bit of a niche scale.
Yeah. And depending what cars you use, it could be quite a variable scale.
Yes. Now, I am not enjoying this Soul Blight Grey.
Sir, one would have to call, just say, it's a GW product. What were you thinking?
But usually GW washes are good.
But I might be accused of being harsh.
You own Null Noil.
I do.
You enjoy Null Noil.
I do. Particularly as a before dinner drink.
Slap it on and paint it.
But it still has to be said.
You're a monster.
I'll be honest. If I found another range of really good
washes,
cheap washes, I'd switch to them. I owe GW nothing.
No, I don't know. It might work out a bit better when it's dry. I don't know, but we'll find. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Did you finally get it mixed to a satisfactory consistency?
Yeah, after fucking shaking it for days. That shit wants to be sorted out. The other thing I made sure I did, because obviously they've changed the formula on Null Noil and all the other fuckers, is go out and buy some old bottles, because I'm not fucking having my Null Noil ruined.
You like the way it goes?
Yes.
I must confess, I used a bit of the Agrax on old Joe Jimbo there. And it is a very good product. I like the way I can control it and do what I want with it. It works for me.
Well, this...
Much as I did defend their decision to rationalise their product line and bring everything in step, there is the argument, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't fucking fix it.
Which I do think is a fair comment. And I wouldn't call somebody out too much for sort of like throwing that one in there. I think that's a fair observance.
This Soul Blight Grey's a bit weird, because I thought it would be quite grey. And I know that sounds fucking stupid.
As it
That
is
a
a
paint's
grey.
called Soul Blight Grey and it's grey.
Yes.
Like, fucking beg me for questioning it. But
What, are you saying it's not grey?
if we go down to... Oh,
I was
my
going to ask
camera
you if you want to go to
decided to
minicam.
shit itself. Hang on. Go to the close cam on the back.
Let me just
Make sure I turn off my audio. Start.
Oh, it's just died, is it?
Yeah. Don't fucking deafen people.
Did you just headbutt your mic?
No, I pushed my light onto my mic. Ready when you are.
Okay. Let me just finish rinse this paint. Do you know what? I do like that. So, we need to stop sharing that. Turn on David's webcam. Not webcam, even. There you go, minicam. That's coming through really nice, mate.
It's quite a warm grey. It's not shifted it the way I thought it would. I wanted to go cold grey with these guys, and instead I've got a warm grey.
That is very beige in the light you're showing me. That is very beige.
It shifted it over to fucking deck tan. Well, I could have got this effect by just applying fucking deck tan.
What's it called?
Soul Blight Grey.
And what have you put it over? White.
Pale blue.
Oh. I bet you it must have yellow in it, because it's gone brown.
Yeah. Now, luckily, I can rescue that because I can just leave that in the recesses.
What's your plan? Are you just going to roll with it now it's happened?
Yes, leave this in the recesses and carry on. So we're going back in with pale blue.
Yep.
And then from pale blue, we will probably go to...
Okay, Crispin, you're welcome, mate.
That's fine, Crispin. We'll catch you next week. Not Ivory. Where did my pale blue go?
Have you got... Is it ice white? Is there a white?
I don't know, but I can probably get it. So we're going from pale blue into white grey.
Yeah.
And then we'll go into white.
Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah. Avoiding all of your warm off-whites, like ivory and shit like that. Yeah.
I think I can rescue it because I'm literally going to leave this browny fucking mess in the recesses.
Isn't that weird? Have you done a spot test on a piece of A4 paper? Because obviously, just to see what effect it's had putting it over the blue-white. To see if it is browny yellow.
That's off my brush. This is obviously a piece of white kitchen roll. And that's the colour it's gone. So it is a bit warmer than I thought it was.
Yeah, it definitely has sort of purpley overtones in it. It's
definitely not like it looks in the pot.
Oh, I don't know though. Maybe it's just the camera and your light, but that does look quite beigey in there.
Well, again, look here where all the pigment's settled out of. It's quite white and cold.
Yeah. This is the problem when paints separate. This is why I paint the lids of all of my...
Yeah, I can't paint this lid, can I?
No, I'm just saying, though, it's not just a Games Workshop problem. One of the biggest problems you have as a painter is when... Because even if the bottles are good, clear plastic, which most aren't, most are tinted and milky white, so they'll immediately...
I would say the clearest plastic bottles I have seen are the Citadel pots.
Do you know what? That's pretty good. That's a good observance. If it's not often we give GW a compliment, but I will agree with you. At least their pots are as close to a neutral, clear plastic as they can get them, so that what you get to see is pretty much
what you're
the
putting
paint
on.
looks like. But then even with that though, that's a minefield because paints change so much in shade and tone when they dry, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, again, this is
And there can be huge variability even across a paint range.
Well, again, this is drying now.
Yeah.
And it is looking better, and it has pulled itself back into the recesses.
Does it look not so warm now you've got the blue shown through?
It's still a bit brown.
I suppose that is true. Fine. We need to wait for it to fully dry, to be fair to it. Because some of those army paint, speed paints change drastically.
Yeah.
You know, you put it on and you think, what the fuck?
Well, again, I've just
come back half an hour later and you think, oh,
just attacked
God,
the back of this guy's neck, and you can see the bloody tonal difference.
Hang on a minute, mate. I'm just painting. I shall look up in a second. It's 10
between o'clock. I know it is between the back where his hood is and the other. It's
noticeable.
But again, to give credit to GW where it's due, I'm actually quite glad that they've added these sort of different shades and different coloured tonal shades.
Yeah.
Because they always had quite a limited range with like Agrax, Nuln, and Sepia that you can use for fucking everything.
Yeah.
The flesh that you can use on flesh and your golds and your brasses. And then obviously they had like the blues, the green washes, a couple of each of them that are quite nice. I quite like Athonian. But certain ones, like Cassandora, is just a fucking tit to use. It just splits. It's fucking orange, not yellow, even though it says Cassandora yellow. So again, you're a new hobbyist going out and buying Citadel paints.
Yeah.
I'll buy a yellow wash to go over my yellow paint. Oh, wait a minute. It's not yellow. It's orange. Now, I know, obviously, that in theory, that's what we want the recesses to be when we're painting yellow. But for some people, it's like, what the fuck?
To be fair, though, it's not always the case. I mean, this is what we were saying to Crispin earlier. Not Crispin, Hugh was saying about painting yellow. You see, I'd rather paint yellow than white because, as I say...
Do you want to turn my minicam off, Bar?
If you do undertones and stuff like that, you can do golden browns. Pink is a great underpaint for yellow. Oranges. You know, you can play with yellow. White is... I mean, to be fair, your little painting experiment here has shown how just you can throw yourself right off, can't you?
Yeah.
By just choosing the wrong product.
Because again, I've purposefully used a pale blue to undertone this white to tie it in with my army. Because my army is blue.
Yeah.
And instead, I'm now having to perform fucking recess on it because it's gone beige like my Yu Jing, and I don't want to be anywhere near that because I want it different but similar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know exactly what you mean, mate.
I want my snow coats to be white like my Yu Jing snow coats, but I don't want them in the same sort of warm spectrum that my Yu Jing snow coats are because my Yu Jing are obviously yellow. Well, they're more orange, but the point stands. It's a tough one, and I'll use this on other stuff. And again, I think this would look quite good on certain minis and certain color schemes, but it is not the one for what I'm trying to do currently.
I tell you what, it would be amazing for shading like a bolt action khaki uniform.
I don't think it's dark enough to go over even Vallejo khaki.
Well, no, because you don't use khaki. You'd use dark sand or Iraqi sand.
True, I suppose.
Khaki's already too
paint
dark.
The highlights on and then fucking...
Yeah, you paint it quite a high tone and slap over
it on.
Because it'll give you that gorgeous, rich, caramelly undertone as well. if it's behaved like it does on yours. But then again, is that because you put it over
Oh,
a
going
blue?
over. Yeah. Because again, I purchased this based on what I'd seen it over a white undercoat. But again, if I start with white, I've got no leg room to go and highlight. Have I?
True.
Because again, I like to start with kind of a mid to dark tone and then highlight up from there, which is a bit counterintuitive and a bit how's your father, particularly when we end up in a situation like this, because I've got to go in and do a lot of work to rescue it. Whereas if I'd just used, I don't know, a slightly darker base tone, I could have just gone, fuck it, I'll put the pale blue on, then I'll put the fucking highlight colour on. Do you know what I mean? But my particular painting style is very, put the mid-tone on, re-put the mid-tone on after you've washed it to highlight it, then start highlighting it properly. That's how I operate. It's my default operating position on everything I paint because I find it easier.
I suppose
particularly
you've got that...
with lighter colours like white.
Yeah, you've got a comfort
blues.
of the method, haven't you?
Yeah. Again, I don't mind a bit of work to rescue and tidy up and do other bits. Do you know what I mean?
No, but then again, you love exploring and experimenting as part of your painting. For me, it's much more of a getting it
regimented,
done.
Get it done.
Oh, talking about things that we saw on the internet, and I'm gutted I didn't mention this earlier when the guys were in, but I'm sure everybody at home who's watching us on replay would like to hear it, so I shall mention it anyway, even though it's getting close to the end. I did watch Blackjack Legacy's live stream on Monday, and in his live stream this week, he did his monthly painting competition review, where essentially his fans submit models to a theme that he sets.
What was this month's theme?
Oh, God. The Other Side.
I'm testing your general knowledge now.
It was called. It was The Other Side, and as soon as he said it, I thought, oh my God, those Mansions of Madness minis are made for this topic. Some big Cthulhu Gribbly monster would be perfect.
Yes.
But of course, I was having my spirit and spine crushed by an Assassin's Creed batch paint. So that didn't happen. And then, lo and behold, everybody else had the same fucking good idea as me. And so many people did Mansions of Madness minis, it was ridiculous. And I was really annoyed. But, aside from that, one of the guys submitted that 32mm Scourge Warrior.
Ooh.
And he did a very nice job. Really inspiring colour selection. And I may be nicking his ideas. I am just calling it now. So yes, mate, if you want to check that live stream out and watch it on double speed or something, because he goes through the miniatures at a fair pace or not. I think there was 30 odd submitted for this month.
Yeah.
But
is that through his Discord, perchance?
He does it through his Facebook group primarily.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he has a Discord. I think he does have a Discord, but I haven't joined that. I've joined his Facebook group, but that's more my generation, isn't it?
Yeah.
And certainly he puts all the details of the current painting competition in as a pinned post.
So everyone knows what it is.
In his Facebook group, I believe. So that's
it has. It's definitely shifted it. I will hold my hands up and say, yeah, it's definitely shifted it, but I can fix it. It'll be no problem.
Another question, but just before we go, can anybody who's watching the live stream, or has watched the live stream on replay, if you hear any audio problems or have any glitches, just
clipping or anything like in any of the others,
just mention it in the comments for me. The reason being, the last couple of live streams, particularly, David and I were plagued by quite a lot of clicky audio. And I've tried to fix it by giving a certain application the boot and modifying my OBS. So if the community does see anything or hear anything, some feedback
It'd be
is
nice to
valuable.
know.
Yeah, because I don't know if I've made things better, worse, or not helped at all. And it'd be good to know. Right, I think, gentlemen and ladies, if you're watching, we need to call it because it's now 10:15. And we've
had a good overrun tonight.
We have. I think it's been a good show, mate. Thank you to everybody who's watched us either live or if you're catching up with us later on YouTube. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Feed the YouTube beast because it'd be a hungry boy. And we will see you all.
He a big boy.
We will see you all next week.